Well, I think instead of having common sense, women wanted to have dignity and respect, hence feminism.
That's a mess, though.
I don't like clowns.
Take it easy. I'm the loogie guy, remember?
Silent now, as opposed to when the Saints have the ball. Oh, look at this run! What a run!
Oh,
Marshawn
shit.
Lynch, still on his feet.
He's still going.
Has blockers now. He's dancing his way. To a touchdown.
He's still standing.
A reality check, Richie bitch.
Intentional!
Stupidity incoming.
I would love to see a reality show, kind of like Survivor, except one island is just all men, and one island is just all women.
Yeah, they already did that. And
Yeah, they
within
did.
the hour, the men already built fires, were starting to build shelters, caught a bunch of fish, were cooking the fish, and were dancing around the fire. Like an adult Lord of the Flies up in that bitch. The women, on the other hand, didn't do so hot. They had extreme difficulties building a fire. Their shelter didn't really give them shelter, and there was a lot of crying.
Yeah,
the
I
women
remember.
were pretty thirsty too, because they found a container, but they didn't want to clean it out to fill it up. It was too dirty. And if I remember correctly, the women only lasted 2 days out of a 6-week experiment before they joined the boys' camp. Because men will delegate roles. Hey, you focus on hunting. You focus on building a shelter. You guys focus on building a fire. The women focus more on emotions and not upsetting each other, and we're all equal and I don't want to ask you to do this. While the men were literally eating cooked fish, dancing around a fire.
Just goes to show
Who's fucking up, man?
in our country.
I feel like one of the nuances missing from the women aren't dating anymore, women aren't in the dating pool, they're leaving men, is that ain't no fine shit out here, okay? The men are ugly. They look tired, smelly, gross, okay? Nothing. When was the last time you saw a hot-ass man in person?
Mirror, mirror on the wall.
Zero.
Self-awareness.
What's your relationship advice?
If your man cannot afford your bills, you need to find a job, not another man.
She shoots. She scores.
Today is my 3-year wedding anniversary. I've never hated another person more than I hate the person that I married. While I run my ass off and I do everything for everybody in my life, like me, my kids, him, he goes to work and works enough. That's it. He works. Yeah, his job's hard. Yeah, his hours suck. But he works. That is all he does. I am in a different town because I had to take my kids to their football practice. And I asked him to watch our daughter. And you know what he did? He slept. He slept since he got home. I did homework. I fed the kids. I took my son to speech. I went to the bank. I paid people to mow my yard because, you know, he can't mow the yard anymore. I got them ready for football. I took them to football. I tried taking care of myself and went on a walk. But, you know, when I started realizing I hadn't heard from him, I'm calling and calling and calling and begging for the bare minimum of him to watch our fucking daughter, to cut up a watermelon, and to make dinner. I mean, that is absolutely bare minimum. I am a married single mom. That's what I am. Yeah, I don't work, but the amount of weight I carry, I can tell you why I've stayed. Money. It's that simple. I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. He used to want me to be a stay-at-home mom. Now he just doesn't care.
Nothing is ever good enough for these
entitled, selfish, spoiled brats.
Well, I think instead of having common sense, women want to have dignity and respect. Hence feminism.
That's a mess, though.
No, feminism has given us a sense of who we are and what we can achieve in the world.
The feminism has caused women to be old and lonely and lost.
I don't think feminism is causing women to age specifically.
Meaning that they're getting old with no husband, no children, and they regret it. They had their little career. So once that ego fulfillment is not working, they realize, I should have gotten married. I should have had children, but it's too late.
Well, you know, it's interesting because I think a growing number of women are realizing that we can either be trad wives, as you've articulated, or we could be single and happy and partying it up with our friends.
But that's not life. That's just a false imitation of life.
How's it not life?
The TV thing and the party thing are going to fade away, and then you're going to be lonely. Reality is going to set in.
Slap you in the face.
Nice. That was 210 pounds right there. That's cool, but how can you squat so much and still have no ass? Thanks, Mom. I appreciate that. Thank you.
I haven't heard like anyone ask me that since high school. Like, it's just such a amateur question. Like, if a grown man and I were like getting into a relationship or something and he was saying, what's your body count? I think it's just like immature. If they don't see me actively being a or something, I just don't understand why would
the reason that it's ingrained in men
is it because it's like an insecurity of who's better?
It's because of paternity. How could men previous to paternity tests have more assurance that their offspring was theirs?
But like,
no, answer my question. Don't ask a question, answer it. Do you think that monogamy might be a really good way to help ensure that your offspring was yours?
When you're in a relationship,
So one of the things that you can point to look at to determine this is if a woman's sleeping with a lot of different men, that she's probably not going to be monogamous, and so therefore your assurance is your offspring's going to be yours far lower.
Well, more likely if I've just
ashamed of themselves.
If it was
prominently displayed
on their foreheads.
That would change everything.
We do not need men.
Your sweatshirt, man. Hair dye, a man. 7 layers of makeup, man. The Wolverine nails, man. And side note to any guy watching, a girl that uses Wolverine nails like this is a red flag 100% of the time.
They are an added bonus and fun in our life.
Whose daughter is this?
You failed her.
We don't want Charlie Kirk on our campus. We don't want fascists on our campus. We don't want to support that here.
What is fascism? Immigration.
I don't know. I'm not like a political scientist. I'm not good at interviews. You should ask someone else.
I got so mad at work today. I got misgendered by customers 5 different times. 5 different times. You could obviously tell I am a woman. And I got misgendered 5 different times. I finally yelled at one of the customers and looked at him and says, "Do I look like a goddamn man to you?"
Yeah.
I sure did. And then I told him if he called me a man one more time, I was going to reach across his counter and slap him. Which I got in trouble for and wrote up for at work because I shouldn't be talking to a customer that way. But damn it, if I tell you that I am a woman, then you need to freaking listen. Because that's what I am. Nobody gets to tell me otherwise. So, yeah, I got misgendered again 5 different times today. I guess I need to write she, her on my forehead.
I
recently found out that my plug from when I was in high school is a white nationalist now. And I say now because I think that's a recent thing. Like, I would not have associated with that person if I had known about any such beliefs in high school. But, like, did I just not see it? What? I'm so tremendously disappointed in my own age group. And like the people that I saw every day in school walking around the halls, was it this bad the whole time? I didn't know that it was this bad. Good God.
This is what?
Liberals
and
Liberal leadership have to offer.
It is a messed up world.